Okay, welcome to my wee video, just showing you around a motorcycle I've got for sale, or swap indeed. Nothing wrong with it. It's a Kawasaki ZX6R 1998 G1 model, pretty standard. It's in the wrong colour, it's in the slow colour, it's in red. The green ones are 10 miles an hour faster. Ask any Kawasaki owner, he'll tell you that's true. But despite that, it goes very, very well. Um, it's uh, it's a it's an old machine. It's had a working life, but I think is overall reasonably tidy for it. The sort of main let's go through the negative points, shall we? Before I big it up. Negative points are there's a crack, but I've got a new one of them coming. I say new, second hand, should be in decent nick, or certainly better nick than that crack. I did try to repair it, but it wasn't worth doing. The wheels seem to have got an absolute hammer, and the Kawasaki paint on the rims is somewhat thin, so obviously any stone chips or whatever make it through to the rims. I've just blobbed some black paint on it, make it look reasonably presentable, and stuck some wheel rim tape on it, which gets you your 10 miles an hour back, so these go faster stripes offset for the fact it's not green. Rear wheel's exactly the same with his, well, in fact actually it's not as bad as it, but it's still there. So yeah, it's just general, the worst parts are just general wear and tear. There is, I would say, nothing structurally wrong with the bike. It's just chips, wear and tear. There's the heel guard, for example. That is lethal. That is razor sharp because it's been worn to a point. I think the mileage on the bike is, I think it's 48, 49. There you go. That's the rain starting again. Beautiful summer's day in the UK. Look, there you go. Lovely outside, isn't it? Pissing everywhere. Okay. I digress. Yeah, it's. I bought it as a winter hack. I must admit, I bought it reasonably cheap from a guy who didn't know his arse from his elbow. So I've put right everything he had wrong. So although I bought it reasonably cheap, it's taken me some time to turn it into a decent, reliable workhorse. I'm not that bothered with cosmetics, so that's why I haven't replaced the sort of blemishy parts. There's little touch up here on the rear hanger. I don't really care. I'd never take a passenger anyway. Oh, I'll tell you what I do care about is this sort of crap. Look at that. Who would do that to a motorcycle? I just haven't found a spare one of them for less than £5 yet. But that's criminal. The man should be shot. Put new tyres on it. Sports touring type, because I was riding it through winter. Good tread left, so you get good mileage out of it. I say for a sports touring tyre though, I don't know what it is. What's it? It's a Dunlop Sport Max, and you get all the way to the edge of the tread. I mean, it says a sports bike after all. I mean, I have been using it as a commuter, but it is without a doubt a very capable sports bike. I backed off. All the suspension works okay, although again the rear shock's got a bit of a hammering from road crud because I've been riding it through winter. But again, everything works. I adjusted the suspension, made it slightly softer for winter, and it works an absolute treat. Again, I have a hugger. I've just bought a second-hand hugger, which would have saved all that, but it's a bit like closing the door after the horse is bolted. But again, I mean, it's just surface rust. I mean, the spring goes up and down, it damps fine. You can't get to the edge of a tyre if your rear suspension's knackered, so that tells you what you need to know about that. The front fairing, I suppose the other negative is front fairing is being resprayed, but you know, the colour match is pretty much bob on. I mean, you can see there. In fact, it's not in the best of light. I'm not taking it outside, it's pissing around. The colour match is good. You generally, unless you know what the colour scheme of the bike's meant to be. To be fair as well, the colour scheme of the bike is, I would describe it as 1990s shell suit crap. So on the upside, I much prefer the sort of plainer look. It used to say Ninja on the back, which I don't know if you're aware, but is a stealthy Japanese warrior. This isn't a stealthy Japanese warrior. It's a motorcycle for grown-ups, so let's not call it silly names. That just impresses 4-year-olds. Never a fan. A little bit of cracked plastic down here, sorry, so I can't see it. The belly pan. There you go, look. That's good old-fashioned engineering, that is. Just tie wrapped it on. But again, I've got another one of them coming. I'm just not sure what colour it's in. maybe it's in the green, maybe that'll make another 2 miles an hour difference. And that's it really. What else to tell you? There are scuffs, scrapes. I might be taking the rack off because it also fits another bike that I've got my eyes on. So yeah, I'll take it off. I've got the handrails for it. They're fine. Got the rubber grommets for them, and actually tidies up the back end of the bike quite nicely. I've got a standard can on it. I'm always a fan of quiet bikes, and this is, when you're bimbling around, it's quite quiet. They've got these resonator boxes. They're in the air. The hole on the intake is lovely. I mean, it really sort of takes off. You don't need a loud exhaust when you get something like that. I've never subscribed to the loud pipes save lives crap. I think loud pipes just annoy the crap out of your neighbours. And if you're going to do high speeds, I don't really want to advertise it to the world. So anyway, yeah, bits that I'm going to replace before sale: front fork shroud, heel plate, infill panel at the front, and it will have a hover on it. I think there's other bits and bobs as well, but I don't think it needs for anything else. Anyway, so it's reasonably shiny. I think no major problems. Like I say, with the respray at the front, I think I've got a stone chip here, so just kind of touched it up with paint a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. Cameras tend to be shit. Let's have a wee look. The engine doesn't miss a beat. Really cold morning. It'll need a little bit of choke. If you have a look at it, this will be from cold, so there's no temperature. It's 11:05 on my light riser. It's Easter Sunday actually. Oh, there's my baby. There you go. Give me another £1.5 grand. You know, one of them. That thing is amazing. Anyway, yeah, let's put it in start. When it's really cold, it'll need a little bit of whiff of a choke, but when it's warm, it tends not to. So let's give it a go. There you go. You can see it starts up, no problems. It'll be a little bit fluffy until it warms up, and then it'll go like stink. There's no. In fact, let's give it a little bit of choke. The revs are a little bit low. Give it a little bit of choke. Bring it up until it warms. It runs smooth, pulls through the rev range, no problems whatsoever. I don't know what else to tell you really. I mean, it's very good. It's got the raised screen on it because I've been using it as a commuter. I think it gives pretty good wind deflection. All the electrics work. It's a pretty reasonable motorcycle, and the only issues with it are just wear and tear, as you'd expect. I think it's done something like 48,000 miles. I'm not going to rev the nuts off that. I mean, you can see it revs up, settles back to a steady idle. It's all good. I'm sorry about the crap presenting and the shaky camera work, but other than that, hopefully I've shown you around the bike to the best of my ability. Okay, cheers.